So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purposes.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So today we are doing, for our next Halloween celebrations, a movie I'd never seen before. I think it came out in 2011. I want to make sure. What year did Cabin in the Woods come out?
The release date of Top of the World was June 22nd, 1972.
Cabin in the Woods. What year did Cabin in the Woods come out?
In the United States of America, The Cabin in the Woods
No,
was
2012. So this is about a bunch of teenagers or young kids in college. It's hard to tell. Do you count Chris Hemsworth in this movie a young teenager? I don't know, because I think this is around probably the same year as he was when he first came Thor, or the year before. But he doesn't use his Australian accent in this. His voice sounds very different when he plays Thor. So in this movie, you have to make at least 4 sacrifices. You can do 5, but to make at least 4 in order to make sure to please the gods, to make sure that the Earth is not killed, basically. Well, I think every single country has to make sacrifices, because they're like filming. You have like Japan and a lot of other countries in this movie who failed in they like unleash monsters in certain places, and if the monster kills the victims, the gods don't destroy the Earth. So for America, they would have you send 5 teenagers or young adults to a cabin in the woods, cue the name, and make sure they get killed by monsters by stealing them away, making sure they get there. So that's what happens. Apparently, Chris Hemsworth's cousin in the movie, his name's Kurt in the movie, and we have Jules. We have, I think, a teacher. It's hard to tell because the way he acts at the very beginning, one of them was dating a teacher in the very beginning and decided to stop. Then you have Marty. So they're all like having fun in the cabin in the woods, doing stuff that you probably shouldn't. And they don't know. Known by them, they're being watched by a bunch of people in suits and making sure they'll die. So yeah, and they end up and all of them like make bets what end up being the monsters they end up having pick on them, and they end up having zombies because they had like a chalkboard in this movie, like a bunch of monsters that you can think of. Even one that's very weird, the fact that there's a unicorn in this movie that can kill you. Like, what the heck, a unicorn? Why a unicorn? Anyway, they got zombies, and they end up we end up having 3 of them die by the zombies. We have Jules. Well, Kurt jumps off a cliff because in the beginning of the movie you see a bird hit the wall, so you know when Kurt jumps off the hill. It would have been more dramatic if they didn't have that bird hit the visible wall there before, because we would not know that if he hit that happened, he would have made it. We would think he'll make it, but we saw that bird hit the wall, so we know that there's a freaking wall there. He are you ruining it? I put when the snow there's wall there when the bird hit. So okay, so when he runs his motorcycle or dirt bike into across the cliff, because there was a cave in that they rigged, and they waited till frickin' when they're trying to escape after Jules and a fake Marty died. So, and he tries to jump and he ends up falling. I guess it's a bottomless pit that he fell into. And so that leaves maybe teacher there with Dana, but he ends up getting clubbed by one of the zombies who waited until it was in the mobile home they came in, and they waited until they're driving back to the cabin or into the woods. Like, what? And then he texts him. Like, why? Do they have control over these monsters, or does the monsters decide when they kill people? I don't know. That part's not clear. And then we see I don't know what's before or after this, because this is my first time watching this movie. I don't watch many horror movies, so you knew me. It makes sense for me to watch. And this one's not even that scary. So this one's not even scary at all. But I think it's meant to celebrate horror movies, just like Scream. But Scream is actually scary. This movie was not scared at all, because I saw most of the screams coming. Most of the jump scares and a lot of the first kills aren't that bad. And I kind of was cheering on where all those monsters were coming out of all the doors to come and kill the men in the suits. And I just keep on saying, "Hey, lunchtime!" Then when they came out again for the second helping, it's dinner time. So yeah, the only one I felt sorry for that was in the suits is the girl in the suit, and I guess the new lackey, one who's I don't know, he was acting like it was his first day, even though what he was signing up for, because he kind of knew what was going on, but he didn't act like he likes what he was doing. So yeah, but I think both of them didn't need to die. Though, basically the whole entire world is at the end of this movie, because since Marty ends up living and saves Dana, and apparently Dana's the virgin, so she is an optional death, but I don't think she's a virgin. She even admits to it that she done it, but she hasn't done a lot of it, so they've done they got what they can work with, basically. So yeah, but she's supposed to be the one that dies last, if ever. So the fact that Marty's still alive, and because he got stabbed in the back by one of the zombies, and we think that he got dragged away, but right before he died, or before we think he died, he figured out what's going on. He figured out that they were being watched in the cabin, because he finds one of the cameras and finds that to put something in the wall. So that's why they made sure to get rid of him quickly, where he can tell everybody else that due to being watched. So he ends up taking Dana to an elevator, and he ends up making sure it turns on, but it's not an elevator. It is one, but it ain't one. It's kind of where they keep the creatures until they're abused. So it's kind of a cell and an elevator all at once. So, because they see a whole bunch of different monsters besides them. So there's it's like a two-way mirror. It's kind of like Willy Wonka's Wonkavator, because it moves up and sideways and downways and long ways and that ways and all those other ways. Just like that. Just like Wonka Vader. Except for it's not, except for it's a lot more built better, probably. So, and, they see like a bunch of different monsters. They see like ghosts. They see a girl that was dressed like, a ballerina, except for no eyes and just a bunch of teeth. No nose. And they see a guy who, watches them, who has like, a bunch of, knives come out its face, or some type of thing come out its face, basically, and we see like a giant snake, a giant spider, so, and a bunch of other monsters, etc. And so when they figure out which cell they were in, they let them out, and one guy, they're idiots. They need to make sure that Marty dies. And they said, one guy to go and do the job. One guy. And there's still a zombie that's kind of flattened, electrocuted. Marty killed it. And the arms like going around and like grabs the guy. And as they like escape, and Marty's like, good work, zombie arms! Like that was pretty funny. Then they went into the room where they can hide, because there's a bunch of guys come with guns, and Marty has a gun, and Dana has a knife thing, and they decide to go in the room where the controls are, and where you just push the button to make sure old monsters come out and have lunch and dinner, and that's what basically happens. They have lunch and dinner. So, and I don't get why none of these guys, none of the business suits, not all of them are old. Why did none of them can count? None of them are young. None of them? All of them are old. Yes, I know the two main people were oldish, but come on. None of them can count. I was like wondering, why can't any of these sacrifices count? I don't. Ripley? Because eventually, once all of them die, like all the business people die, and when they go down there and figure out what's going on, that all of them are basically going to be sacrificed. They've got the whore, the athlete, the scholar, the fool, and the virgin. So, and we got Ripley here, who, the one, and she explains her thing to them, and explains to Dana that she needs to kill Marty, otherwise the whole world gets killed. So, and both of them, because basically it was neat a moment, because a werewolf comes and attacks Dana, and then Ripley attacks him to make sure that he dies, because since Dana's busy being attacked by a werewolf, and the werewolf might be into killing her, and then there's when her thing gets rigged. So the little girl that Dana read the diary, because if you read a diary, it's kind of like I've never seen this movie either, but I know Evil Dead's basically the same thing, except it's not a demon book, the zombie book. Well, anyway, it's owned by a little girl, and she's reading in Latin, and that's how the zombies got released. And she comes down there. She's missing one arm. She stabs Ripley, and they both fall down because Marty kicks both of them down there. So, and I think Marty killed the werewolf to make sure that Dana didn't get killed. So both of them apologize for each other. It's like, I'm sorry I was almost shot you. Wasn't going to do it anyway, probably. And I'm sorry that I was almost going to kill you. So both of them said sorry, and the world ends, basically, because one of the gods comes and grabs the cabin, and then the movie ends. So it was pretty good. I was going to watch Swinging Todd, but I think I picked the better movie. I don't know. Both of them are pretty good, but this one is a lot more funnier, stuff like that. So I don't know. Might add this to me watching this every single Halloween movie, every single Halloween, since it didn't scare me. And that's one thing that's why I don't like watching horror movies, because I don't like being scared. So yeah. But it's pretty good still, nonetheless. It honors the horror genre really well. So, and I kind of like the little Japanese girls like turning the ghost girl into a frog with one of rituals. So yeah. So I'm gonna give this movie. I think because of that wall thing, that's only flaw. The fact that they revealed the wall too soon. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So hold on, let me go get Sully.
Sully, what do you give it? I loved the movie. It was really scary. Whoa! A lot of sacrifices, a lot of death, a lot of gruesome death, a giant snake, that weird unicorn death, a man, fish, one, werefish, no death. That was pretty cool. So, what, you like it, Sully? Yeah, I gotta give it more for pause. Number 2. So, bye-bye, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and happy Halloween!